daily videos, or at least more frequent videos. And one of the things that has kind of kept me from doing that is I don't always have something to talk about. And I know, like, the popular advice is like, if you don't have anything to say, then don't make a video. And like, that's fair. But like, I feel like the YouTube game is a numbers game, and you just gotta be putting stuff up frequently. It's very much, I can see why so many of these professional YouTubers get burned out, because they feel like they have to constantly produce stuff. And this is very easy. It's much just sitting down and talking, and I can find any number of things to talk about if I really wanted to. So in hindsight, I'm very blessed in that I've made like 800 videos on this channel or something like that. But I want to try some new things. I want to try some different things. I want to try some old things I used to do, but I haven't done in a while. And I think that will help me kind of ease back into that mode of like being aware. Because when I was doing the daily videos kind of over COVID, I always kind of had those lenses on to just kind of be like, think about something you could talk about, and then every day you would see something, very much like how I imagine like morning radio, DJs do. They're just always on the lookout, and then when they find the thing, they're like, I could talk about that for like an hour. Like, great, okay, that's the morning, and then I can talk about that for like 20 minutes, and I can talk about that, and it adds up, but you just are observing throughout the day, and so you have to kind of like spin that muscle up to have something to talk about. So the thing that I'm going to talk about today is the things I'm going to be talking about in the future, but not just that. So I want to try a couple different things I haven't done before. One thing I want to try is I want to try to record directly to the computer using the live broadcasting software I've been using called OBS. It's Open Broadcaster Software or something like that. I want to try to record directly to the computer. So because right now I record to a camera, I take that out and I put it in my computer, and then I have to run it through an editor, and then there's like steps. I've done live videos where I just go direct live, and that's kind of fun because you can get a little bit of interaction if people happen to be online at the time. And I probably, if I want that to be anything, I probably should be like announcing like I'm going live at X time, and then do it every week, and do it 2 or 3 times a week. But let's be real. If this channel made more than $9, I might consider that. $9. Well, it's made $9 the last 28 days, that's a high. Not like the highest of all. I think the highest of all time was like $30 or $40, which was back during COVID when I was doing daily videos, and so I was doing a lot more work for relatively less money. If you took the hourly wages into consideration, but it's fun and I enjoy doing it. So yeah, I want to try to do that, and then I also want to try. I don't know if you've seen. I'm sure you've seen these streams that are just like nonstop X. It's just like something for 24 hours. I want to do that, and I think I could do it with OBS. And the way, because you can kind of set playlists. You could set like a video, and then you could set it to like play the next one automatically. So I want to try to do that, but with some ASMR videos. So I'm going to make like a handful of no talking videos, and this will probably take me a while to build up. Not necessarily 24 hours. I don't know what a good amount is of content that can kind of loop. If it's, in my head it's something like 4 to 6 hours maybe, if you have that much, especially if you have some diverse content. It's not just like 1 hour of circle scratching and like 1 hour of crinkle sounds, but instead it's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You kind of get kind of that sprinkle, and then you set those as blocks, and then you just loop the blocks. I think that might be a fun. I want to try it and see what happens. I don't know how long it would broadcast for. Maybe just a day, just as a test. Maybe for 48 hours over a weekend or something. I'm not sure, but I want to try it. It seems like fun. And I see, I see like the lo-fi girl one, and it's like, that's kind of fun. It's like being like a little radio programmer, and you're gonna like program which songs you like. And I'm sure they make some money from that somehow. I don't know those specifics. If they're running ads, because I know you can run ads on streams. I don't know how that works. And I know you can. People will pay, with that kind of reach, people will pay you to put their song on it. So that way people are like, oh, I really liked that song. And then they go find it on Spotify and add it. And then, the artist builds up their following that way. And so it's kind of like a marketing expense. And it's like, oh, that's kind of neat. But this is more localized, just stuff I've made and then looped. And then, stick it. And then you kind of have these 4 or 6 hour blocks. And then it loops for an amount of time. And it could be fun. What else? I had a couple other ideas that I wanted to. Oh, I want to get back into doing. I used to have a series on this channel called Quick Tingles, where I just would do videos that were less than 5 minutes of mostly no talking sounds. I'd really like to get into doing that again. I've kind of been doing that on my other white noise channel, where I just do 1 minute ASMR. And on my production company that I started with some friends, I've been doing 2 minute ASMR. So over here, I'll do 3 minute ASMR. And then I could, because it's interesting is that some of the videos that are like quick tingles with a 1 minute ASMR actually end up doing pretty good numbers. And so it's like, okay, like, give that a try. Not that, it's like not necessarily about making the fat to narrow, but it's a little bit about making the fat to narrow. I mean, if I'm being honest, like, it'd be great if I could not have to do, client work, and I could rely on just making fun, cool stuff for YouTube, and it helps people relax and fall asleep. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's a pretty noble profession, I think. Even if it doesn't pay, I'm trying to think of what the number, I think I did the math. I think I need like $5,000 a month, and that would pay all of me and my girlfriend's expenses. For that covers everything from like the entertainment budget and the going out to eat budget and the retirement budget. That's all of it. So it's not, an impossible number. But like for us to both quit our jobs and just do YouTube full time, which I don't know if I would ever do, because I feel like I would be terrified that at some point the algorithm would go against me, or I would get demonetized. I've been demonetized 3 or 4 times. Like, it's a real thing that happens. And like right now, I just kind of like, oh, that sucks. And then I work to get it back. But like, if that was your livelihood and you needed that money to pay your bills, like, that's scary. Like, if the only way I'd ever be like a professional, like only doing YouTube, I think I would need like a year's worth of expenses saved up in like a high yield savings account of like, I've got a year to figure out something else. If this goes sideways in the worst way, I've got a year. And you're like, okay, that feels safer. But I had some other ideas, but that was the 3. Oh, I also, now that I've kind of got my computer rigged up, I think I want to do some Let's Play videos. I think I did that. I did a couple maybe, but I don't know if I was talking during them. I want to talk during them. I think that's kind of fun and neat, and I think that's just a fun. Video games are fun. Who doesn't love video games? And I do like watching Let's Plays sometimes. There's something about just watching somebody else play the game, but then like narrate it well. And that's really why a lot of Let's Plays aren't very good. Is like there's either no narration or the narration is just terrible. And I think I could talk enough bullshit to make it interesting. Maybe. Who knows? You don't know until you try. And then I also want to do more Warhammer videos, because I have like kind of started a Warhammer channel, but I want to like really put some effort into that. And so I think it's really nice to be able to just sit here and ramble about anything. And sometimes people follow along, sometimes people don't, but it kind of helps clarify my thoughts on a subject if I like can just ramble about a movie I like or a thing I like, and then it kind of helps me faster, and then the next time I talk about it, I'm arriving at my points faster, and I kind of know what the points are. It's kind of just a way to dry run, and a lot of times, like if I was doing some movie reviews on my white noise channel, because so there's this kind of murky. Originally, the white noise channel was for like long form white noise videos, but it kept getting demonetized because they were saying it was reused content, but it was all content I made, and based off of their rules, reused content is like using other people's content. So that kind of annoyed me, and I kind of gathered that maybe YouTube just thought it was some kind of algorithm or a bot building these white noise videos and uploading them, and so I started doing videos where I talk and show my face, and that seems to fix the problem. I don't get demonetized, when I do that on a regular enough basis. So I was doing ASMR movie reviews over there, even though they feel like they fit better over here. What are you gonna do? That channel makes way more money, so kind of have to keep doing it over there to keep that from getting demonetized, because that actually does suck when that one gets demonetized. But yeah, I think having that. So when I do the ASMR movie reviews, I'll often like be driving home in my car from work or a job or playing hockey or something, and I will kind of just rehearse it in my head, and I'll just say it out loud and kind of ramble in my car, and then when I get here I can ramble, but it's more concise. And so doing that, I think, about Warhammer stuff, then I could go to the other channel and then I could ramble a little less and then do some editing, and then I think it's it'll be pretty nice. So yeah, and then I also might try to do, so in Warhammer they have these things, Warhammer content rather, they have these things called battle reports, which are like a let's play of people playing a tabletop game, a Warhammer game. And so I might try to do an ASMR battle report. It could be fun, because I want to try to do some battle reports at home. But I think that would be, they call that solo hammer, where you're just playing by yourself, which seems like one of the saddest things in the world. Like, what did you do today? Like, I played a aggressively complicated tabletop game by myself, but I filmed it for internet strangers to watch and fall asleep to. People are like, yeah, that's your hobby. That's what you do with your free time. Like, oh yeah, it's great. It's big. The last one got 50 views. So I don't know. It could be fun. I'm back on the Zevia train. I'm getting off the Mountain Dew horse. I did have one today though, but yeah, I went and played Warhammer at the store, and you gotta support the store, buy a drink. Even though they have some non-soda options, so I'll have to, that Mountain Dew is just so good, man. Oh man, I love that shit so much. But I'm trying to be better. I'm trying not to eat out at all this month. So far we've made it 4 full days. Still on the path. Just kind of get back into it, save some money, pay off my taxes, go to the dentist, get my teeth fixed, the tooth at least, and then go from there. And, pay off credit card, buy a house, happily ever after, something like that. We'll see what happens. But I think to get paid, time to get paid, get this bread. I'm gonna try some new things, see if they work. Who knows? Could be. You don't know. Could be. Anyway, thank you as always for watching, and I hope you're doing well. And if not, well, I hope that turns around for you real soon.